All right, take it away.
All right, man. Over at the 12 o'clock position, we have SlayerS.Ryung. And I didn't think I'd be saying this. He's down 4-1 against his opponent down in the bottom left-hand corner. The one and only Liquid.Sheth spawning as our purple Zerg player. We are on Shattered Temple. Sheth is one game away from increasing his bounty to $200 and capturing another $500 prize.
Sheth is in the Pwn zone.
Yeah.
The auto zone.
And if he wins, he's collected $1,000 for 2 best of 9s. So I just want to throw that out there to any high-level players that are sitting there that we send out invites to, and they're like, I don't know if I really want to play.
Yeah, it's definitely a worthy investment of your time.
Yes.
No doubt about it. There are no other show matches out there that are going to be as big as these.
Yes.
And as Sheth continues, might continue to add to his bounty, we might get to a point where one of these matches is going to have a lot of money on the line.
That's very true. We see a situation like that kind of happening in Team Arena. Slayers has...
Yeah, I think Slayers is going to go on a nice little run.
Yeah, they beat Acer, they beat Mouse, and before that they beat Liquid. So they're on a 3-week win streak. So
and who's going to stop them?
And there we go. And they played... revealing a little bit, guys. I apologize. This was done before the series against Alternate Attack, so we don't know how that one ended up. But I will predict, though, that I think Slayers is going to
pants them.
Well, yeah,
possibly.
We'll see if Zaka and Dark Force can
take
they do have
games, good old Goody. Bringing up the rear.
You talk about macro Terran players, and we mentioned Ryung. If Goody and Ryung meet, I will actually have a smile on my face. So
that would be pretty funny.
It would be pretty awesome, actually.
It really would.
So sorry, guys, but
is Goody still exclusively meching in every matchup?
Okay. I actually watched a best of 11 part of it between Goody and who is he playing? I'm sure chat's going to give me crap for this, but they joked around. They were like, grab a sleeping bag and a case of beer because this is going to be your whole weekend. And so, but surprisingly enough, Goody needed to switch up things. Ended up going into a couple of tank positioning battles, but was getting beat pretty bad. Ended up switching it up into bio and took a few games off his opponent. So,
interesting.
Who knows?
I've seen him open bio a few times as well against Protoss, do some early pressure, and then transition into mech after that.
Right, but it's always mech after
that.
Yeah,
so. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's getting fooled anymore. It's like, oh, wait, he's going bio?
Panzer Commander.
Nope.
Yes.
CC already up for Ryung.
He makes one Marauder and just dances it the whole time just to joke around with people. But we have Command Center up, double gas once again. Looks like we're going to see double factory here again in a second. Although he certainly could throw us for a loop. Supply Depot finishes up. He's no longer supply blocked. But Sheth, same build he's done. Same as it ever was. Pretty much the exact same thing coming out of him. No real surprises yet.
Nope. Everything's standard as can be.
Yep. A little bit later to pull his drones off of Cass, and there, he's up 4-1, just doesn't matter. Anyway, he's playing a little more casually. He's got this in the bag, he says, so.
But, dual gas follow-up here from Ryung,
yes.
So probably going to open up with those Blue Flame Hellions once again.
Certainly.
I would like to see him add more of them. I think a pack of 10 to 12 would do him some serious justice.
Yeah.
If he kept it alive. Would save a lot of heartache getting 8 to 10 tanks surrounded in the mid to late game, not having your Marines in the proper position. I mean, I don't know, Ryung just, and it's not like he's playing super sloppy either. It's just
no. I mean, what game is that I'm trying to think of? I mean, it was the game on Metalopolis. He gained an early advantage. He played a solid macro game after that. Sheth just had better decision making and killed him.
Yeah.
All right, those double factories are indeed coming up now for Ryung, and looks like he's going to move right into that Blue Flame Hellion build that you were talking about, that we saw last game. No real surprise there. No surprise on Sheth's end either. He hasn't really revealed to us whether he's planning on going after a pretty aggressive Roach-Ling attack, or whether it's going to be an all-out Baneling bust. We don't really have any indication yet.
Yeah, we certainly don't. Same builds out of both players.
Yeah.
So no deviation thus far.
Almost a repeat of last game, sure.
We do have a bunker going up at the natural with
Huzzah!
a supply depot, and it's actually flush with the ramp.
Yeah. Pretty easy to make a supply depot wall on this map. So.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he left a gap on, which map was it? Metalopolis?
Was it? Oh yeah. That was the one right at the very beginning. He was trying to do that, but this one he didn't. But there does look like there's a gap in between the two structures, unless he's going to build this all the way across.
Yeah, he might just do something like that. Yeah. And here we have the first two Hellions out. Sheth gets in there with the Scout, sees the Hellions, probably knows a very similar build is coming out of Ryung here. Ryung continuing to produce Marines though, which makes me think he might be trying to hit some sort of a timing here with Blue Flame and Marines, because usually he didn't continue to build that many Marines, but you never know. Stim on the way.
Yeah. Let's see.
No additional Araxes just yet.
Yeah, that's a little bit earlier upgrade timing. Yes, he did decide to invest in infrastructure a little bit last time and then decided to start going after his upgrades in the game on Antigua, I guess is the one that I'm thinking of as well. So let's see this time around. Sheth is showing us +1 weapons for melee, a second evolution chamber, but no tech structures yet, no layer tech on the way as well. So not really revealing his hand, because I honestly can't determine right now whether or not he is going for just an all-out macro build, which is why he's breaking down the rocks for a third base on the right-hand side, or if this is going to be all-out aggression. It looks like he is producing a bunch of lings, though, in preparation of a strong Hellion attack. And look at that, already double tank production, just 6 Blue Flame Hellions.
Yep. Well, this time he does have 6, and hopefully he keeps them alive. That's what's really important here. If he loses those, he's not going to be able to stop that flank that Sheth keeps hitting him with in the mid-game. And that's what's really crushing Ryung, is he keeps trying these pushes, and Sheth is already in position for the flank. He has units ready and waiting out in mid, and he just crushes his first push. And Ryung had just about enough of that on Shakuris and just left the game. I mean, he's getting sick of it.
Yeah,
and rightfully so.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Interesting wall there from
actually,
Ryung.
Going to add-ons much quicker than we saw last game, so...
Still, Ryung not using the reactor powering build very much at all. And,
no.
I'm a huge fan of that style. I love it. I think it's most definitely the way to go, and the superior build order against Zerg. Your production just ramps up so quick. We're at the 10-minute mark, and Ryung's just starting to kick out Marines. I mean, he doesn't even have his reactors up. So
no, exactly. He really has no units on the ground right now.
That's for sure.
Right. But of course, he's going to be able to mass production after that, but I would assume that he's sure glad Sheth didn't decide to roach all in him or something like that, or he would have been quite devastated. Or, well, actually we have Spire coming up already as well. No infestation pick quite yet, so a little more predictable Ling Muta. But
definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheth certainly has shown us that he's capable of playing different styles.
Ling Bling Muta now, so Ling Bang Muta. But you know what? Now, Mr. Ryung's production is well in hand, and he is actually producing a lot of Marines at any given point in time.
So finally getting all those reactors going. He has his infrastructure set up very well, actually.
Yeah.
Produce a ton, and look at this. He's hiding a lot of his units here, setting up for some sort of timing push here. This is definitely going to be a very aggressive two-base timing. I mean, look at the supplies. You can just see how hard Ryung is powering right now.
Yeah, this is actually a super impressive macro out of him. You usually don't see a Terran player at this high of a supply at this stage in the game.
Sheth is certainly not ready for a push of this magnitude.
Oh, he's saving up for mutas.
He is going to be hard pressed to hold this off.
There's 8 mutas coming up. That's what he was waiting all of his resources for. He's very low in supply. His Zerglings just got obliterated. Oh,
Sheth is in trouble here. Sheth is in a lot of trouble here.
No Banelings are able to morph in. Oh, God, and all of the Zerglings die to
the Hellions. Pack of Blue Flame Hellions comes in. He just completely stopped the counterattack with that pack of 6. He kept them alive. I said that's what he needed to do, and he used them really well there and stopped the counterattack. So now it's really just up to Ryung to press this home. He's certainly taking his time right now, leapfrogging his tanks. Needs to be careful here. Going to get one of those tanks picked off by the mutas. Sheth actually doing a good job with his mutas, maneuvering around, trying to cut off reinforcements here.
Got a tank a little too far forward there as well.
Medevac.
Yeah, medevacs are going down. These Marines need to stim up, though.
Might actually get those Marines as well.
Yeah, but he still doesn't really have an answer for this big push that's coming right up the middle. 1 Baneling morphing in. No, actually 3 in total, but still doesn't have a whole lot. Are these on attack command? They are. And that's 2 mutas that just went down. The third one may fall in a second. They're trying to pick off a couple of tanks. If they get both tanks, it would be worth it, but not. Oh, very nice job by Ryung picking up those tanks.
And Ryung is just taking his sweet time here. Sheth's going to make his move, but he doesn't have nearly enough. It's not even close.
No, those banelings, well, didn't kill anything. They did a lot of damage to one tank, and that was it.
And not even dropping those 2 tanks back on the ground.
There they are. They're coming back now, but Sheth is under fire at the moment. He doesn't have a ton of units out on the field, and looks like he selected the Broodlings. It's kind of funny, you don't see that all too often. Ran them down to the bottom right-hand corner. The Spine Crawler is going to fall. The Evolution Chamber is going to go down just before it finishes up. +2 Ground Carapace.
This is not looking good. The Stranglehold is getting tighter and tighter. Ryung is just slowly leapfrogging those tanks forward. Great positioning. Gonna get some Marines on the high ground to spot up there. Sheth sending his last-ditch wave, pulling the drones as well. The Banelings going after the Marines, but the line of tanks is just far too deep, and the reinforcement Marines are going to end up crushing him. And that build from Ryung was awesome.
Yeah, it was. And there it is, GG, and Ryung takes a second game, trying to claw his way back into the set, and we're going to head into game number 7 here in just a second.